Welcome back to MDL Crochet for our bunny stitch tutorial. This stitch is worked in an odd number of stitches. It is very simple and it requires two colors. I worked it up two different ways for you and we did the close off at the end. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for this stitch, you're going to need to work it up in an odd number of chains. I'm going to go ahead and chain 19. So I got my chain of 19. So what we're going to end up doing now is doing the back bumps like we normally do. You go, don't count the one that your loop's coming out of. Go to the very next one, flip over, and start pulling up your loops in the back humps. And you should equal the same amount as you chained. So let's go ahead and pull those up. Alright, I'm pulling up the last stitch now. Now with this stitch, it requires two colors. One is your background color and one is your bunny color. I'm using light green for the background color and I will be using white for my bunny color. But now we got the last stitch pulled up, now we're going to start our pattern. So just take your bunny color and loop it around your hook. This is going to count as your chain 1. And then you just start doing your yarn over and pull through 2. And you're going to do that all the way down to the end. That's how we're changing this color. Just yarn over and pull through 2 all the way down to the end. Okay, so now we're at the end. And that's what we should look like right now. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to be doing what's called Tunisian simple stitch 2 together, which is basically, before we're going to start, we need to add an extra loop because we're going to be losing a loop. So we're going to need to add yarn over, and then we're going to go through these 2 loops right here. This is Tunisian simple stitch 2 together. You'll yarn over and pull up your loop. And then you're going to yarn over. Every time you do this, you need to yarn over. And then it's simple stitch 2 together. So go through the loops, pull up your loop, and then you're going to yarn over. Same thing again. 2 together, yarn over, pull up your loop, and then yarn over. Go through 2, pull up your loop, yarn over. Very similar to how we do the smock stitch. And then yarn over. Go through 2, pull up a loop, yarn over. Go through 2, pull up a loop, yarn over. Go through 2, pull up a loop, yarn over. Now this last one, we're not going to be able to do a yarn over afterwards. That's why we did the very beginning yarn over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 loops on our hook. We can drop our white or your bunny color and pick up your background color. And the background color will start as your chain 1. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2 all the way down to the end. And there we are. Now we're about to start our bunny effect. So we need to take these slanted loops here. We need to go behind it a little bit. And then we're working into that chain space right behind it. And we're going to pull up our loop that way. And then the straight ones, or the up and down ones, just a regular simple stitch. Then the slanted ones, you just go back and there's a chain, there's the chain, you just go right through the chain, pull up your loop, go to the straight ones, pull up your loop as simple stitch. The slanted ones through the chain, straight up and down ones, simple stitch. And you can see the bunny taking effect. Again, slanted, goes through the chain, go behind the slanted and into the chain, and then the up and down ones, a regular simple stitch. Through the chain, behind, and then through the chain, and then a simple stitch. And that is all there is for this stitch. This last one's usually a little bit harder to get, but you can get it. And then do your count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And it's a standard return pass. Yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Now go ahead and pull up your simple stitches as we normally would, because we're at the end is where we're going to start changing our color again to the bunny color. Alright, we're coming through up to the end, and remember, it's just you do your normal end stitch, pull up your loop, and then change to your white. Just pull it up, chain 1, yarn over, and pull through 2 all the way down to the end. And then we're starting our bunny again. So you'll yarn over and simple stitch 2 together, and then yarn over. Simple stitch 2 together, yarn over, simple stitch 2 together, yarn over, and continuing that process all the way down to the end. Here we are at the end. We have our yarn over and our bunny. You'll take your background color, do your chain 1, yarn over, and pull through 2. Do that all the way down to the end. And we're just about to the end, and then we're going to start making our bunny ears. So you find the slanted ones, go behind them, so you can angle yourself into that chain, and then you can pull up your loop. And then the straight up and down ones, simple stitch, angle into the chain, pull up your loop, simple stitch, angled, simple stitch. Because what that angle is doing is it's pulling that one up a little bit to give it the ears. We're going to do this another way, and we're going to do it right after each other. So instead of putting a gap like I did here, we're going to go straight into the neck of the bunny stitch again. Alright, pulling up the last ear now, and we should still have 19 loops on our hook. It's always a wise thing to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, like down here we have all this threads. that we're carrying over. Well, if we do the next row and just go with it, go back into the bunny pattern, which is chain one, and then pull through 2, you're not going to have all that excess yarn. If you go straight into the bunny pattern right after each other and just start building them on top of each other without this gap, you won't have this excess yarn. I did this so I can show you guys 2 different ways to do this. Now, I like to put this into a pattern so there's always gaps, so I usually have a lot of tails. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start our yarning overs. So yarn over, simple stitch 2 together, yarn over, simple stitch 2 together all the way down, yarn over, simple stitch 2. And then when we're at the end, just pick up your next color, or your other main color, go chain your 1, yarn over, and pull through 2 all the way down to the end. Then we'll take our diagonal bars, go behind them, and then go into the chain and pull up our loop. Simple stitch the next one, diagonal bars, go behind them, and then pull up our loop, and simple stitch, and you're going to do that all the way down, and then change your color again. That is the bunny stitch, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go ahead and do a few more rows off camera, and we'll come back and we'll look at the back of it and talk about it for a second. See you in just a moment. Okay, I'm pulling through the last few stitches now. We're about to do the close off. So how we're going to do the close off, we're going to do the angle like we have been doing for the ears, and then just slip it off because you still want your bunny ears to come up. So you'll do that all the way down the end, and that is how you'll close this stitch off. And then at the end, bunny ear, you'll just go through the side like we've been doing, like we normally would do, and just pull up your loop and slip it off. And let's snip our yarn. And then you just weave in your tails, and there you have it. You have a nice bunny stitch going, and you could change these colors. You could change the colors to whatever you want. But that is the bunny stitch. It doesn't have much give either way. It does when you pull it. Does when you pull it horizontally, but it doesn't have much give vertically. And as always, folks, if you can give me a like and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated. And remember, keep stitching.